Hello all, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we have Akash with us. Akash is currently working as Vedanta. He was hired from the ICAI campus placement and qualified in May 2022. Let's hear more about Akash from him. Akash.
So thank you, Shudhansu, for having me in here. So I cleared my CA finals in May 2022. After that, I did not go through many interviews before the campus placement. Only two to three interviews I had given before that, and many practices I have done before that, so that when the interview comes, I am thoroughly prepared. So I straight away went for the campus placement, and therein I was selected. I opted mainly for manufacturing companies because I had interest in manufacturing, and from there I was selected in Vedanta and also in Jindal Steel. But since the package of Vedanta was more, so I opted for Vedanta. So now, what questions do you have? Ask.
Okay. So, what is the culture of Vedanta? क्या वहाँ पे हायर पोजीशन के लोग अप्रोचेबल हैं? कैसा है वहाँ का सीन?
So work culture is very flexible. Well, it's one of the not the typical articleship work culture that I would say, but very open work culture. They have the open door policy so that you can easily approach the CFO. So I I remember that during the 14 days induction, it was only 2 days when I had joined the group, and I straight away went to the CFO office and clarified all the doubts that I had with him. So, and he was also very genuine and interested to answer the question.
Mhm.
So, overall, the work culture is very good. It's quite hectic if I say the work schedule normally for the plant locations. Like, if I have to say in the finance division, people normally like the corporate timings are 9 to 5:30, but you will see people living at around 7:30. The normal office timings are that in the plant locations.
Okay,
Plus,
तो
you don't get Saturdays off on plant location.
okay, that I didn't know. Okay. So, ये सिर्फ पोस्टिंग प्लांट में ही देते हैं और do they offer in corporate as well?
Like, as I have seen the trends, normally they post rankers in the corporate locations in Delhi,
Okay.
Mumbai. And if you are not non-ranker, then they normally give you the plant location. That's what I have seen.
Okay, so you are a non-ranker, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
okay.
that's not a fixed path. I know also few rankers who are also working in the corporate location, sorry, in the plant location. So, but majorly what I see, they prefer to give rankers in the corporate location.
Okay, okay. Akash, what kind of work do Vedanta offers to CA or freshers?
So normally, if I talk about the plant location, they
Mhm,
normally post all the CS, CMS, and CS and CMS in the finance division. So
mhm.
basically, the finance division comprises of five. Finance division basically divided into 5 to 6 roles. If I specifically mention them, they are FP&A, financial planning and analysis. Then there is a separate tax division. Then there is power division. Since it is a manufacturing concern, so it is heavily reliable on coal. So there is a separate division to account for the coal. Then we have the metal division, since Vedanta deals in minerals and metals. So the raw materials is basically like I am posted in aluminium factory. So
Mhm.
the raw material there is bauxite. So there is a separate division to tackle that, and thereafter there is financial reporting
Mhm.
and a treasury division. So 5 to 6 divisions are there. Upon that, there is one more division, one more role, I would say, that is business control.
Okay,
So
okay,
as a fresher, you can get into all these departments if you join the factory location. And
okay,
apart from that, if you are posted in the corporate location, they normally post you as a helper to the CEO or the CFO. Like, I know many people who have joined there as a assistants to the CEO or assistant to the CFO.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Means they hire for a means very
Yeah,
responsible position.
the exposure is good there in terms of, I say, responsibility and role. So it's a very good exposure that people get. I know many of my friends, it's only been 2 months
Mm-hmm.
since they have joined, and they are working, what would I say? They are working heavily, and the work the work pressure, as I told you, it goes to around 8:30 p.m. So they are getting a lot good exposure there.
But then the compensation they give is good for the amount of work that they are working.
I think it is fairly enough, but
Okay.
because not many companies give the package that Vedanta is offering, it's best in the industry, I would say.
Okay. Okay. So, Akash, how do they hire? Is it through campus only, or there is any other source from where CA freshers can join Vedanta?
So, so Vedanta normally hires via two main gates. One is the campus
Mm-hmm.
placement portal, and another one is the fast career portal. So
Okay.
around 60 to 70 postings all over India. In every term they hire, mainly through campus placement, and rest, I think 10 to 15 people they hire through fast career portal. So,
Okay.
and they only hire CA freshers. Like, they
Mm-hmm.
have that policy within them that they hire only through campus, be it CA, CS,
Okay.
CMA, or MBA. They normally hire through fresher through
Campus
these
only.
routes only.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and I have seen, like, most of the people who are CFOs, CEOs in all the companies, they are all part of campus placement. Vedanta has hired all of them via the campus placement. They have nurtured them, they have given them the responsibility, and
Mm-hmm.
they have spent a lot of resources on them, and now they are paying for that. They are paying, what I would say,
Means
काफी
they
अच्छे
are
काम कर
paying
रहे हैं,
back.
मतलब काफी अच्छे रोल्स
Okay.
में चले गए. Yeah,
Okay.
they are
Okay.
paying
मतलब
back.
कि once you join Vedanta, so there's a chances that you become CFO at some point of time. Okay. है ना?
Yeah, in 10 to 12 years, in 10 to 15 years, I would say, if you have that, you know, hunger for growth, hunger to learn, then obviously
Mm.
it gives you a lot of responsibility, and most of the people are able to get through that.
Okay. Okay. That's great. Great. Akash, can you please tell about the interview process or the selection process for Vedanta in the ICI campus?
Um, Mainly, it conducts a GD,
Mm-hmm.
which is based on the current affairs. So they give you a very simple topic so that everybody could speak on it, and it's, I think GD is the first way to create your impression for the company, because normally two to three coordinators of from HR people will be there. So I think
Oh,
GD, even if you are selected in the GD and you are selected in the interview, but I think GD creates the very first impression that how good a candidate is based on his speaking skills and interpersonal skills. So it's better if people prepare for the GD beforehand.
okay.
And
So,
after
how?
GD, once you are selected in
Mm-hmm.
the, normally there are 8 to 10 people for,
Okay.
who take part in the GD, and
Mm-hmm.
normally 30 to 40% people, I would say 3 to 4 people are selected from the GD for the
Okay.
final interview round.
Mm-hmm.
After the GD, there is one personal interview round, which basically comprises of certain personal ice-breaking questions, and after that they ask very basic technical questions. So if you can revise all the subjects like FR, direct tax, indirect tax, and basics of SFM, like the discounted cash flow, equity, which we
Mm-hmm.
study in the equity portfolio management. Like, basically, if you quickly revise the concept, that you can easily get through the interview. Very simple. I think I would say it's a very simple interview once you
Okay.
crack the GD.
Okay. Can you recall any of the questions that was asked in your Vedanta interview?
Yeah, they asked me one question about, from the Customs Act, I would say, from, I don't clearly remember, but they asked me something from related to bill of entry. What's the
Okay.
when one does have to file the bill of entry related to that, and they asked me related to taxation, like how can I minimize the Vedanta tax,
Okay.
and they asked me from Indian accounting standard related to फिक्स्ड एसेट का क्या होता है वो impairment losses
हाँ
related to
हाँ.
impairment losses, indicators of
Mm-hmm.
impairment loss, how would you identify whether an asset should be tested for impairment or not. So these were the
Mm-hmm.
basic stuff that they asked me,
Okay,
as far as
so
I could recall.
okay, so the interview process is very much simple. Only you have to
Yeah,
qualify the GD, and then there's only one round of interview, and then it's finalized, right?
yeah,
Okay, okay. So that's great. Means अब तो आगे कुछ नहीं. Then now you are final to be get selected,
yeah,
and you can be posted in plants or in the corporate office. तो ये
yes.
प्लांट कहाँ कहाँ पे है वेदांता का भी? Where do they post?
All over India में है एक, like there is one is there in Chhattisgarh, the Bharat
हम्म
Aluminum Company,
हम्म
एल्यूमिनियम प्लांट है यहीं पर. उसके बाद एक झारसुगड़ा उड़ीसा में है उनका,
हम्म
वो भी
हम्म
एल्यूमिनियम प्लांट है. उसके बाद उड़ीसा में एक और है, भद्रक बोल के जगह है,
ओके ओके.
वहां पे उनका आयरन ओर का मतलब स्टील का प्लांट है. बाकी
हम्म
गोवा में है उनका प्लांट, कर्नाटक में है,
हम्म हम्म.
और नॉर्मली मुझे अभी यही याद आ रही है. एक राजस्थान में
अच्छा.
है, राजस्थान में उनका है, केन ऑयल एंड गैस बोल के है,
ओके.
हिंदुस्तान जिंक बोल के है, वो भी शायद
हाँ
राजस्थान
हाँ.
के आसपास में ही है, हिंदुस्तान जिंक. सो
ओके.
यही इंपॉर्टेंट इंपॉर्टेंट जो मुझे याद आ रहे हैं.
अच्छा. तो शायद वेदांता का कुछ पर्क्स भी है वो. दे ऑफर फ्री एकोमोडेशन, ऐसा कुछ है क्या, या सब्सिडाइज रेट पे एकोमोडेशन देते हैं?
हाँ, at factory locations they offer accommodation at subsidized rates. It's around 1500 to 1800 per month, in which everything is covered. Like they provide you
इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. हम्म
hostel facility, in which you have the facility for washing machines, laundry. There is a games room, there is a gym, and there is also a swimming pool. So they provide all those facility at a
ओके
minimal cost of 1500 1800 per month.
ओके.
At non-factory location, you have to arrange the accommodation on your own.
अच्छा, मतलब रैंकर्स को थोड़ा सा स्ट्रगल करना है, जो नॉन रैंकर्स है उनका मजा है.
Yeah,
अच्छा. अब यार कोई एनी बोनस टिप फॉर द सीए फ्रेशर्स हु विल अपीयर इन द कैंपस इंटरव्यूज और lateral placements?
yeah. For Vedanta, I would say, as a fresher, be aware of all the current trends and happenings that are occurring related to Vedanta group. Like, and if you want to create an impression, ask question from the interviewer. Even the interview doesn't give you the opportunity to ask him any question. So you can ask him about the growth prospects of Vedanta. Like Vedanta is in talks with Foxconn to set up a factory in Gujarat. So you can obviously ask question related to that, and you should be aware of all the, I would say, of all the prices of the metals like aluminium, iron, silver, gold, since Vedanta is normally dealing in all this. Like
हम्म.
you should be aware of the oil fluctuations that have occurred and the shortage of coal that have occurred in the recent past, which mainly a company, since it is directly dealing with them.
हम्म
And apart from that, go through the annual reports as usual before you give the interview. You should be aware of the
हम्म.
company, its management, and its financial figures, sales, top line, bottom line, profit, and production कितने कितने हो रही है, वगैरह वगैरह.
ओके
So यही सब
ओके
है.
ओके. तो आई थिंक दिस विल डेफिनेटली हेल्प सीएस हु विल अपीयर फॉर द वेदांता कैंपस, राइट?
Yeah, I hope it helps people.
Okay, okay. So thank you, Akash. Thank you for coming and giving your insights about the Vedanta interview. Uh, Thank you so much.
Thank you, Siddharth, for having me.